Okay, today we're working on Math Lesson 7.3, page 299. How can you find the product of a fraction and a whole number without using a model? So our problem today is Charlene has 5 1-pound bags of different color sand. For an art project, she will use 3/8 pounds of each bag for sand to create a colorful sand art jar. How much sand will be in Charlene's sand art jar? Multiply the fractions by a whole number. Shade the model to show 5 groups of 3/8. So we're going to shade 3/8 of each of these models. I love that. I have 5 groups of 3/8. Write an expression to represent 5 groups of 3/8. Multiply the number of 8 size pieces in each whole by 5. So we're going to have 5, and there's 3 pieces, so 5 times 3 is 15 over 8. Write the answer in a mixed number. So 15 over 8, there's 1/8 in 15, there's 7 left over, and there's 8. Now we're going to look at rearrange the shaded pieces to fill the hole. Well, page 300. Kristen bought 4 loaves of bread to make sandwiches for the class picnic. Her classmates used 2/3 of the bread. How many loaves of bread were used all together? So we're going to divide our bread loaves into thirds. And it says they used 2/3 of the bread. So we're going to shade in 2/3 of each of our loaves. And write an expression. So 2/3 of 4. Multiply 4 by the number of thirds. So 4 times 2/3 is 8/3. Write the answer as a mixed number. 8/3. 3 goes into 8 twice with 2/3 left over. So 2 and 2/3 of the loaves of bread were used. Okay, this is the little green dot in the middle of page 300. It says, would we have the same amount of bread if we had 4 groups of 2/3 of a loaf? 4 groups of 2/3, or 4 times 2/3, is equal to 8/3, or 2 and 2/3. So yes, we would. Okay. Now we are, so now we're back in that example box. It says rearrange the shaded pieces to fill in all the holes. So I had my 4 rectangles that I had divided into thirds, and I had shaded those thirds, 2/3 of each one. If I divide these into thirds, and I take these 2 shaded parts and I put them over here, I take these 2 shaded parts, I take these 2 shaded parts, and I take these two shaded parts, I still have 2 and 2/3. Now we're going to go on to our share and show, and this is number 1 on our share and show. We have 3 and 2/5. Multiply the numerator and the whole number. So I have my whole number, I have my numerator, and I'm putting in my denominator, and 2 times 3 is 6 over 5. 5 goes, so I have 6/5. 5 goes into 6 once, with 1/5 remaining. This is 5 times 2/3. This is number 1. If I rewrite this, or I'm sorry, this is number 5. I rewrite this 5 times 2 over my denominator. 5 times 2 is 10 divided by 3. 3 goes into 10 3 times with 1/3 left over. This is number 8. If I rewrite this, 2 times 4 over 5 is equal to 8/5. 5 goes in there once with 3/5 left over. And if I do this last one, 7 over 9 times 2, I get 14/9, or 1 5/9.